as we see the Valencia starting five. Jordan Lloyd, Guillem Vives for Barcelona. It's going to be Corey Higgins and Adam Hanger, the new signing from Toronto for Valencia. And they'll look to slow him down as the opening tip goes into the hands of Jordan Lloyd. And he hands it on to Guillem Vives. Now Louis Laberie, the Frenchman. Back to Lloyd. And Vives. Maurice Ndour spinning to the basket. It comes still on the perimeter though to Lloyd. Now Ndour sends up the shot that's long. Had to release then on the buzzer. You see across the bottom of the screen there a big scoreline in the Russian capital today. CSKA losing 79-84 at home to Olympiacos. The first game for CSKA since Will Clyburn went down injured. As Barcelona turned the ball over. The pass inside from Higgins couldn't find Davies, so neither team able to score on the first possession. Here's San Emeterio. Floats it up, no good off the glass. Adam Hanger takes the rebound. And here's Higgins giving it on to Mirotic. He's long on the shot, so 2 possessions each, 2 failures. We're still waiting for the first basket. Here's Lloyd. San Emeterio. That's a foul by Claver. No doubt about that one. 2 veteran Spanish internationals coming together there. Claver sticking the right hand out to stop the dribble of San Emeterio. First foul of the game there. Now Lloyd spinning away from a double team. Ndour, nice move to get away from Brandon Davies, and a good finish from Maurice Ndour, the former Real Madrid player, getting the first points of the game. Now Higgins for Barcelona. Let's see if they can respond. Davies sets the screen. Laberie closes down Higgins. It comes into the corner. Pump fake from Mirotic. Then he steps inside and makes that one. Missed his first shot of the night, but Mirotic, surprise, surprise, gets Barca moving. Vives to Ndour. Vives into the corner for San Emeterio, who goes across court to Ndour. Now Jordan Lloyd. It's away from Higgins, and he's able to send up the shot that looked like it was going to drop for him. Very unlucky there, really. You see, as the game gone to overtime in Lithuania, 64-71, Zenit leading it. In strong position to get what would be a surprise road win, as Mirotic drives baseline here, but that's a foul on the floor, so it's not going to count. Foul is called on Ndour. But it was whistled dead before Mirotic went up to shoot. So no points. And Valencia concede their first foul. There's Higgins, loses it, and there's a fast break on. San Emeterio, Lloyd is going to pull up to shoot, and he drains it. There's the threat of Jordan Lloyd. First three-pointer of the game, his first try. And that's a stat that Valencia have really got to improve upon. As Adam Hanger goes through now, and Hanger can't quite get it to go down, but he was fouled on the way through. So Ndour quickly picks up his second foul. Adam Hanger will go to the free throw line, and just in front of me, Bojan Dubljevic is getting ready to come into the game. That's because of Ndour going on to those 2 fouls. Dubljevic will enter after these free throws. He's going to be wearing a protective mask today to protect a facial injury he's currently struggling with. So Adam Hanger makes both free throws. I mentioned the 3-point shooting for Valencia. They've been desperately poor from beyond the arc so far this season, as we see Dubljevic coming in. Pretty fitting Halloween mask, that, isn't it? Wouldn't want him knocking on your door for trick or treat wearing that. Valencia just with 25.7% of their three-pointers coming into this game. Lloyd getting him off to a good start with that triple. And Vives might look for another here. He does. Doesn't make it. Lots of hands going for the rebound. And in the end, it's Dubljevic who managed to tip it in to keep Valencia ahead. So Dubljevic making an immediate impact. Hanger in the backcourt. On to Higgins. Davies trying to spin away from Dubljevic, who immediately picks up his first foul. So getting a little bit of foul trouble with the big men here. Undur already forced off with 2. Dubljevic up to 1 already. No doubt Barca will look to attack him again as soon as possible. There's also Brock Moten in the rotation for Valencia. Mirotic is going to take on the quick 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Jordan Lloyd. Laverie, now San Emeterio. Thinking about penetration, but instead goes back to the perimeter for Dubljevic. Now San Emeterio will send up the shot. No good, and grabbed by Brandon Davies. Adam Hanger will push. Tries to evade. Vives kicks it out. Victor Claver for 3, and Barca get their first triple. As Claver ties up the game. 7 points apiece. Bounce through for Dubljevic, who can't get that one to go. Quick release from Dubljevic to make the most of the space that he had, as Higgins now drives all the way and scores off the backboard, and Barcelona move in front for, if memory serves me correctly, the first time. There's another foul on the floor. Vives is arguing that he was in the act of shooting, and that the officials not agreeing with that point of view. It was Claver who was penalised, but caught in traffic there with Adam Hanger. That's second foul on Claver, so he may well need to check out. And as the ball comes back in bounds, there's no movement on the Barcelona bench at the moment, so Claver staying in as Lloyd kicks it. San Emeterio wide open. He's going to make those more often than he misses them. Fernando San Emeterio, an expert three-point shooter. He's been doing that for years. Valencia back in front. Now Corey Higgins. Brennan Davies with the long 2, and he's long on the shot. Laverie rebounds it just past the midway point of the first quarter. A closely contested game so far. Neither team has been able to take control in the opening minutes. Vives fouled by Davies. His first. No further changes by Valencia at this stage, as the ball comes in to San Emeterio, guarded by Abrines. Here's Lloyd, guarded by Higgins, gets a shot up and makes it. What a strike by Jordan Lloyd. He had Corey Higgins for company, but he shook him off and made his second triple. Man who scored 30 points here in a league game, a Spanish league game a couple of weeks ago. He's on the road to success again. Adam Hanger, still Hanger. What a move by Adam Hanger. So dynamic. There wasn't a gap there, but he somehow managed to find one. Moves up to 4 points. Here is San Emeterio, and that is an offensive foul. A moving screen. And it was Vives. We just saw in the blur of the replay, not Dubljevic. That's the good news for Valencia. Would have been his second. Mirotic spinning away from Dubljevic into Laverie. Davies is one-on-one against Dubljevic in the paint. Off the rim by Laverie. Good play by him, and here goes Lloyd. Oh, Davies flying back. I'm not sure he got anything on that. The missed shot by Lloyd. 2-point game. Barca possession. Mirotic in the low post, spins easily past Laverie. And the Frenchman made that a little too easy for Mirotic, who gets his second basket of the game. And we're tied, 3 minutes to play in the first. Barca making more of their shots so far. Valencia have had more of them. Here's the pass from San Emeterio to Dubljevic. Now Vives, with the shot clock running low, takes it on, no good. Abrines rebounds. Higgins will slow it down as Barca set. Mirotic is fouled there by Laverie. Trying to keep position. The only way he could do so was by fouling. So not a good couple of possessions for Laverie up against Mirotic. First allowing him to score and then fouling him. Laverie and Vives head to the bench as Kino Colom and Brock Motum come into the game. Valencia in the bonus now with that foul. So Mirotic can go to the line. Continuing to tot up the points, Nikola Mirotic, 20 points per game so far this season. The change in personnel for Barcelona as Leandro Bolmaro, the teenager, comes on in place of Hanger, and he's guarding Colom now. Two players fresh into the action. Lloyd forced back to Dubljevic. San Emeterio draws the foul from Abrines. Barca still have another foul to give. That's just the fourth they have committed. Here we see Abrines leaning in on San Emeterio. His first. Here's the same two players again. San Emeterio posting up. Kicks it for Dubljevic, and Brock Motum, welcome to the game, Big Brock. The Aussie gets his first shot to go down, and we're back to a tied game again. Now Bolmaro, Davies, they leave him some space on the perimeter. Pass comes into Mirotic. Higgins is going to let fly, and short on the shot. Big, strong rebound by Bojan Dubljevic. And the shot from Dubljevic as well is off by quite some distance. That's 3 rebounds already for Dubljevic. Another change in personnel for both teams. Barcelona get Ante Tomic on to replace Brandon Davies, and Aaron Dornekamp into the action in place of San Emeterio for Valencia. Bolmaro to Mirotic. Now Abrines, Tomic. Ball movement from Barca, everyone getting the touch as Higgins sends it on. Bolmaro on again, the extra pass to Abrines. Lovely possession, that one from Barcelona. Even earned a round of applause from Svetislav Pesic. All 5 players playing a part, and in the end the pass kicked out by Bolmaro to give Abrines the open shot. Here's Motum. Off the glass, no good. Tomic rebounds, and Bolmaro will look to push. Pass down the sideline for Abrines, and now Mirotic again, double teamed by Dornekamp and Colom. He had to take on a tough shot. Tomic helps him out by getting the offensive board. Bolmaro goes inside, kicks it along to Abrines. One from the right, one from the left. A pair of 3-pointers for Alex Abrines. And Barcelona have a 6-point lead in the final minute of the first quarter. Abrines giving them a spark here as Bolmaro commits a foul which will allow Colom to go to the foul line, but that was Abrines. I'm not entirely sure what the celebration is. He's having a cup of tea, is he? I'm not quite sure what that has got to do with a 3-pointer from the corner, but very civilized celebration from Alexander Abrines. Lovely. Cup of tea time. Maybe we'll ask him about that one later on, what exactly that is all about. Barcelona bring Kyle Kuric into the action in place of Corey Higgins. Svetislav Pesic's men establishing their biggest advantage so far with those 2 triples from Abrines. Per Oriola is also into the game as Colom makes good on both of his free throws. This could be Barcelona's last possession of the first quarter. Bolmaro will give it to Abrines, who's feeling it. He thinks he was fouled there, but it's not given. Play continues with Barcelona having it back through an offensive rebound. 5 seconds on the shot clock for Bolmaro. Floats it up for Tomic. Tomic got a lot of work to do here. Crowded out, and in the end it's a shot clock violation. He couldn't get the shot away. Bolmaro was sending up the pass, but look at the orange converging on Tomic. Dornekamp got a hand on that, I think, and the shot clock violation in the end. So a 4-point margin. Valencia will have the last possession of the quarter here, trying to keep themselves a little closer. Here's Colom on the dribble, loses it. Dubljevic flies to the ground to win it back. Dornekamp, foul is whistled just before the end of the quarter, which will allow Dornekamp to go to shoot free throws. This is why Colom lost it. Dubljevic flew to the ground. Then it came out towards Dornekamp, and Abrines put his arm on him. So Abrines with his second foul to match his 2 3-pointers. And Valencia will shoot free throws. They bring Louis Laverie into the action to replace Motum for what will be 1.6 seconds after the free throws from Dornekamp. It'll probably have to be a catch and shoot for Barca. Maybe Kyle Kuric will be the man to release it, or Abrines. Dornekamp gets the first and the second. And Vives is going to come in before play continues for that final 1.6 second, replacing Dornekamp. So what do Barca do here? 1.6, Bolmaro to Tomic. Bolmaro it is who's going to heave it. Nowhere near. And we finished the first quarter, a game that has been close throughout. Barcelona did in Kaunas over Žalgiris. That's a bit of a surprise there, and there's a shock, not in terms of the result maybe, but in terms of the scoreline brewing in Tel Aviv, when Maccabi are beating Fenerbahce by 20 early in the third. Fenerbahce desperately struggling early in the season. The first possession of the second quarter here. Ante Tomic for Barca in the post. Kicks it out to Bolmaro. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to float it in. Can't do so. Rebounded by Motum. Colom over to Marinkovic, who's come into the game for Valencia. His 3-pointer's no good. Bolmaro on the dribble. Nicely done. And he gets it to go as well. Well played by Leandro Bolmaro. His first points in the game. The 5 players on the floor for Valencia. There we are. Colom, Marinkovic, the 22-year-old Serb. He can't get that to go. Joined by Dornekamp, Motum and Dubljevic. Barca with Bolmaro, Abrines, Kuric, Oriola and Tomic. And here is Bolmaro, who plays with such poise for a 19-year-old. Oriola spinning away from Motum. The last touch comes off a Valencia player, so it will be Barcelona ball. Talking about the poise of Bolmaro, they signed him from Bahia Blanca a couple of years ago. This is his second season with Barcelona. He spent last year with the B team and very much regarded him as a prospect, a player for the future. But with all these injuries, he's having to be a player for the present. He's doing it well. There's Abrines with the dribble and the finish. That was special from Alex Abrines, going behind the back, weaving to the basket, and a left-handed strike. Classily done by Alex Abrines, who's not made a spectacular start to his second Barcelona spell after coming back this summer, but this may be his best game so far. As Colom now finds Motum, good pass from Kino Colom, and an easy finish for Brock Motum. Moves up to 4 points. Here's Kuric. Tomic to Bolmaro, left open, so he takes on the three. He's off target. Long rebound taken by Marinkovic, who pushes. Another young guard, he's only 22 years of age. Back for Colom, who takes on the three. No good, and Tomic takes the rebound. The volume rising from the Barcelona fans as their team look to establish a commanding lead here. Oh, it's turned over though. Kuric had that read by Dubljevic, who goes, has it blocked by Kuric. What a response. He lost possession with the turnover, but he worked his way back to the basket and swatted it away. Kuric lacks in size, but not in athleticism, as Colom goes in and he's fouled, so will go up to shoot. Here's that block again from Kuric. Great timing, and met it. Made it look as though Dubljevic was just putting it there for him. Made that look easy, Kyle Kuric. The home fans enjoyed it. So, change in the backcourt for Barca. The two starters come back on. Higgins and Adam Hanger. Alex Abrines is the cry around the arena. As Kino Colom gets another free throw to go down. 3 of 3 so far. Valencia have made all 5 of their trips. Barcelona have made all 4 of those. 9 of 9 these two teams have combined for so far from the foul line. And it's back to a 2-point game. Hanger with point guard duties again, showing his versatility as he has done throughout the season. Oriola. There's movement in the paint that draws a whistle, and it's an offensive foul against Tomic. Too physical on Maurice Undur on that occasion, who's just come back in. Tomic grabbing a hold there. His first foul. Undur, remember, picked up 2 fouls early. Had to be taken out of the game. Colom on the dribble. Bounces it into Undur, who's going to shoot over Tomic and does it well. Nice finish from Maurice Undur. 25-25. Corey Higgins, Oriola sends it inside immediately. Tomic against Undur again. Those two having a good battle at the moment. Tomic was a little unlucky there. It looked like it was going to fall for him, but didn't. There's Colom now under a lot of pressure. Somehow gets it to Undur. He kicks a good pass out for Dornekamp, who will be frustrated he didn't make the shot. But what a rebound from Undur, who's very active since he returned. And Colom, oh, a nice pass over the shoulder, and another chance that Valencia can't take. Higgins fouled by Dornekamp, and he will have the chance to shoot free throws now. We see that magic move by Alex Abrines a few minutes ago that the bench enjoyed. Brandon Davis and Nikola Mirotic on their feet, off their seats to salute that one. That was only the first foul in this quarter on Valencia. Dornekamp whistled. And still, we have a 100% record cumulative from the foul line. 11 of 11. Valencia are 6 of 6. And Barca are now 5 of 6. There's the first miss. Tomic getting the rebound, and another foul on Dornekamp. 2 in quick succession on him. Frustrating for the Canadian. Oh, no complaints either. Nowhere near the ball. He's a little lucky. It's only a normal foul there. Came down hard on Tomic's arm. And Ante Tomic will bounce in his first free throw attempt of the night. Oh dear, well short on that second. Barely grazed the bottom of the net. It's a rare miss. Not a rare miss, but the nature of the miss was rare. Ante Tomic kind of left many that short over the course of his long career. Here's Undur driving again, and Tomic having to foul him. Just struggled to keep up with the speed of Maurice Undur. A player who's got a great backstory. He's from Senegal, and growing up there, he was spotted as a teenager by a talent scout who had a connection with a university. Now that often happens, of course, and players go to the US to further their basketball education, but that's not where Undur went. He went to Japan. Very unusual move for a teenager from Africa. He went to Japan, had a couple of years there, learned the language, immersed himself in the culture, absolutely loved it, before then going to the US to college. He speaks really well about that experience, Undur. He's very much a big factor in this second quarter for Valencia here. Up to 6 points now, tying the game. Kuric to Davies, who's back in to replace Tomic after he picked up his second foul for fouling Undur. Here's Lloyd for Undur again, trying for the alley-oop, picked up by Motum, and again. So the third time of asking Valencia to get that down. Undur couldn't, Motum couldn't first time, and he did second time around. Here's Kyle Kuric. Quick release from Kuric, and his first points of the game. He's got his first block a little earlier with a spectacular effort to deny Dubljevic. Oh, and Brendan Davies is penalised here. Could be the fourth foul on Barca in this second quarter. It was a loose ball on the floor, and he just made contact with the arm of Undur. So, Žalgiris 70, Zenit 82. It's Maccabi 49, Fenerbahce 35 near the end of the third in that one. And Bayern Munich leading 41-38 over Real Madrid. Half-time there. Tied here. Possession for Valencia. Brock Motum can't make it go down, and Mirotic back in the game for Barca gets the loose ball. Barca have Hanger, Higgins, Mirotic, Kuric and Davies. Now here's Mirotic. Brandon Davies up against Undur, and it goes down. First points of the game for Brandon Davies, going up against Maurice Undur, who's had an excellent second quarter. Motum. Oh, danced around Brandon Davies. The shot is missed, but they get the offensive rebound, and Marinkovic is fouled on his way through. I think that's on Kyle Kuric. Indeed it is. A shake of the head from the American, but he did reach in round the waist of Marinkovic. That's the fifth foul now on Barcelona. So any fouls from here on will be free throws. Dubljevic returning, and he's abandoned the mask. Was he scaring us too much with it? I hope he didn't hear my comments about how scared I was by him. And that's why he's taking it off. Sensitive soul, Bojan. They're obviously feeling comfortable enough to play without it, or maybe too uncomfortable to play with it. Perhaps more likely. as Marinkovic keeps Valencia perfect from free throw range. 31-30, he can tie it up if he makes it 10 out of 10 for Valencia, and he does. A former Partizan Belgrade player, joined Valencia this summer. There we are, 10 of 10 for Valencia, very good, allowing him to stay on level terms with Barcelona. Here's Adam Hanger. Kuric wanted to release the shot, had to take it on a dribble and then try the shot. Missed and no good. Undua is getting a breather now with Lavery coming back in. Also we have Guillem Vives returning to action. Point guard, here's Lloyd, sends up another three in such a quick, smooth release. Lloyd flicks the ball out of his hands, and that is 3 of 3 from long range for Jordan Lloyd. Tearing it up here to send Valencia in front. Mirotic trying to answer, he misses, and Lloyd gets the rebound. So can Valencia put themselves in a strong position at the end of this first half? 3 minutes to play before the break. And foul on Corey Higgins as that danger man Lloyd looks to get into space towards the basket. And a timeout is called by Barcelona. Now, Valencia have been more active in that respect and rebounding. 7 offensive rebounds from Valencia already, only 3 from Barcelona. So they're competing really well here, Valencia. Very, very important for them to try to get the win here and kickstart their season. They've lost 4 out of 4. Those defeats have been pretty convincing as well. They haven't been closer than, well, 5 points they lost against to Efes, because Lloyd misses the second free throw, but they lost by 25 against Cheska, 26 against Olympiacos, and 13 against Maccabi. So they need to get more competitive. The home fans trying to raise their team here. Higgins finds Brandon Davies with a good improvised pass, and it's a good finish by Davies. Valencia coming out with 3 guards here, Vives, Marinkovic and Lloyd. Here is Marinkovic, who's falling backwards, takes on the shot. There's another offensive rebound. Dubljevic classily finding his way to the basket. I don't think Svetislav Pesic enjoyed that much. And a change in personnel called by Pesic. Davies out, Per Oriola in. There's a change in guards for Valencia, with Marinkovic going to the bench and Colom returning to the action. Valencia up by 4 in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Higgins, that's a screen from Oriola, gives it to Kuric. Carl Kuric drives to the basket with real determination there. His second score of the game. Now Colom will try and get away from Adam Hanger, does so well. And Colom, or was it Lavery with the last touch? No, they're going to give it to Colom. Lavery was following up in case of need, but he wasn't needed. Higgins, oh, there's a block by Lavery. The Frenchman chasing back to get his hand up as Higgins tries to float it in. Barcelona get a fresh 14 seconds. Hang up to Mirotic, extra pass on to Higgins. He's fouled this time by Vives. It's a shooting foul. They have only committed 3 fouls in this half, Valencia, but as that was a shooting foul. I think he tried to foul him earlier, didn't he, Vives? Higgins will get to go to the free throw line. Vives is heading for a break now, with San Emeterio returning for the first time this quarter, as Valencia coach Jaume Ponsarnau's three-guard set doesn't last for too long. Getting the bigger body San Emeterio out there now to join Laverie and WH. Corey Higgins, good from the free throw line there. And so we keep getting pulled back to a closer game. Neither team has been able to move ahead to a meaningful lead at all. Barcelona very briefly led by 6 after a pair of triples by Abrines, but Valencia soon pulled them back. Here's WH going up against Mirotic. Brilliantly done by WH, who's proving a handful tonight, up to 6 points. And Mirotic, oh, Nikola Mirotic, there's a way to respond. He just got beaten in the paint by WH, but answered him with a deep, deep strike. 30 seconds to play in the first half. Quino Colom tries from long range. Barcelona, quick transition. Hanger looks for Higgins. Is that goaltending by Laverie? It is. It's going to count. Great awareness from Hanger to see the pass was on. Higgins went up for it. Yeah, clearly came off the glass before Laverie got a hand on it. So Barcelona, from being behind, a quick flurry, including that triple from Mirotic, Oriola. And where's the fifth man? There he is, Adam Hanger. It's Quino Colom with Laverie, Jordan Lloyd, San Emeterio, and WH. Trailing by 1. Can they take a half-time lead here? Barcelona will get the ball, if only for a couple of seconds. There's Jordan Lloyd taking his time, running down the clock. Now penetrating, bounce pass, took contact with the leg of the Barcelona player. I think it was Mirotic, may have been Oriola in there. So Valencia will have it back again, but they're going to head into a timeout to work out how they're going to play it. Barcelona won't necessarily get the ball back. There's Colom, well, gives it straight to Jordan Lloyd. And he is called for a travel there. Just seemed to slip as he tried to turn. And now we'll find out what that is. So, Barca with Higgins, Hanger, Mirotic, Kuric in the game, and Oriola. And there's a foul on Lloyd. And they did have one to give, so he used that sensibly. Barcelona will have been prepared for that, of course. They're checking. A wry smile from Jaume Ponsarnau. No doubt he does not agree with that decision. Why would a coach agree with a decision against his team like that? The Hanger gets the first, and of course Barca will get the ball back with still the 2 seconds left on the clock, so they just get 2 free points here, which Hanger makes the most of. And now they can go again. They advance up the court as well. Those same 5 players will probably be the same play that Coach Pesic drew up a while ago now in that timeout. First, we're going to have a change in personnel from Valencia, as Marinkovic is going to come and replace Colom. So, Hanger, Higgins, Mirotic, Kuric, Oriola in the game for Barcelona, but that's not going to lead to anything, and miscommunication. But they get lucky because it comes off Valencia hands, so they get the ball back. These last few seconds of the first half have taken an age to get done. Now in it comes, and it still doesn't lead to anything, and Lloyd just hurls it down towards the Barcelona basket, but nowhere near it. So let's get back to the game then. 3-point game here at Palau Blaugrana. And let's hope for an equally competitive second half, as Barcelona get the first possession. Here is Brandon Davies. He's joined on the floor by Adam Hanger, Corey Higgins, Victor Claver and Nikola Mirotic. And a miss there by Claver. The 5 on the floor for Valencia are Jordan Lloyd, Guillem Vives, Maurice Undur, Louis Laiberi and Fernando San Emeterio. There's San Emeterio giving it on to Vives. Undur, San Emeterio trying to battle his way through. Sends up a tough shot. It was nowhere near. And Corey Higgins now brings it in transition. You see there 5 on the floor across the bottom of your screen, and it comes to Mirotic, who is fouled as he goes up. Laiberi acknowledges the foul, which is his 3rd, I believe. There's no one particularly in any foul trouble in the game so far. Nobody on more than 2 fouls. In fact, it was just the 2nd for Laiberi. As Mirotic moves up into double figures by making the free throws, and Barcelona edge to a 5-point lead, close to the game high, and slightly dangerous moments these for Valencia. They don't want to make a slow start to this second half and allow Barca to get up by 10. As it's kicked over for San Emeterio, makes the 3. That's the way to get your team moving. San Emeterio's 2nd triple of the game. Exactly what Valencia needed. It'll give them a bit of confidence in the early ticks of this 3rd quarter. Corey Higgins into Davies, who will spin away and slam with authority. What a move by Brandon Davies. So dynamic there with the spin away into space, and then he attacked the basket. Here's Vives for Valencia. Lloyd over for Laiberi, who goes for 3 on the buzzer. He had no choice but to shoot. He was well short on the shot. Another 3-point miss from Valencia as Mirotic goes in, but Laiberi might have had a piece of that. Certainly he did at the end of it as he gathered the loose ball. Mirotic missing. Vives leading the play. They slow it down, Valencia. Gets the screen from Undur. It comes off the Barcelona hand. Brandon Davies. Maybe a little fortunate to escape a foul there. Seemed to be a bit of contact. Here's Lloyd. 3 of 3 triples so far. He's going to shoot from 2-point range this time, and he kisses it off the glass beautifully. That was very nicely done by Jordan Lloyd. Overtakes Mirotic as the game's leading scorer again. Now Higgins pushing in, and Lloyd just cannot believe it. Right in front of my commentary position, there was a high-pitched squeak. Oh my gosh, or similar. He couldn't believe that that was called against him. Here's the slam from Davies, spinning away from Undur. What about the big finish? It's the most authoritative slam we've had so far today. Lloyd still looking bemused. He can't argue it too much, of course. He's already got one unsportsmanlike for his foul on Adam Hanger near half-time. So if he has to be nothing but respectful here, otherwise he'll get a technical and get thrown out of the game. Corey Higgins couldn't punish the first opportunity. He does make the second, splits his free throws. 4 of 6 for the day for him. Here's Lloyd giving it back to Vives. Sanemeterio on the perimeter. Shoots over Claver, and that's the second triple of the quarter for Fernando Sanemeterio to tie it up again. His third three-pointer of the night, joining Lloyd on that mark. And we have a tied game. Mirotic under heavy pressure from Laverie. Evades that and gives it to Higgins. Back from Mirotic. And now Davis with the extra pass to Claver. Oh, he couldn't get it down, and Laverie in the end able to grab the rebound. Sanemeterio pushing. He scored from identical positions for three-pointers. Here's Undur going in, attacking the rim. Going over Davies, and Valencia back in front. Good third quarter so far from the visiting side. Barcelona have been a little lackluster. Here's Hanger. Higgins in the corner, wide open. Hanger drew the traffic, opened up the space for Higgins. He gets his first three-pointer. The move into double figures. Barcelona a lot more accurate from long range so far. Sanemeterio might fancy another. This is where he scored two from already. This time he pump fakes, drives inside for the two-point try, which rims out. And here's Higgins. Davies looking to get away from Undur, and he was convinced that the last touch came off Brandon Davies, but the officials seeing it differently. Can we tell from that replay? Well, from that replay, it looked like Undur had a point. Maybe Davies did get the last touch, but players restarted. Barcelona possession. Hanger kicks it out nicely to Higgins. Oh, that looked like it was going to go, but it didn't. And Valencia now with Sanemeterio posting up. He's got a size advantage here against Higgins. Undur, they leave him to take the three if he wanted. He didn't want to. Jordan Lloyd might want to. Didn't have the chance because the foul was called. And that is on Victor Claver, trying to get around the screen that was being set by Undur. Only the first foul in the quarter on Barca. 5 minutes into it. And Claver on 3 fouls. Will go to the bench as Alex Abrines returns. Sanemeterio hands it to Lloyd. Oh, makes his way to the basket but can't finish. But Undur can with the foul as well. So, chance for a three-point play for Valencia. Losses, I think, won't it, for Real Madrid? And will send them to a negative record of 2 and 3. So, will we see another shock here? At the moment, it looks like it's heading that way. Well, maybe a little premature to say that. Only a 2-point game as Undur completes the 3-point play, but certainly Valencia giving a very good account of themselves. Here's Abrines. Foul off the ball, and it's Laverie. His third. He's going to go to the bench, and Brock Motum will come in. Only 3 fouls in the quarter on Valencia. Hanger throws it straight off Guillem Vives. It's been a little bit flat from Barcelona in this third quarter, apart from that big dunk by Brandon Davies. Only 8 points in 5.5 minutes from the home side. Not really got themselves moving as yet, as we check the clock out, make sure we get the right amount of time put on there. Can Alex Abrines lift Barcelona just as he did in the first half? Here's Mirotic sending it up. He can't lift Barcelona, but Adam Hanger does get the rebound. Hanger will drive now and kick into the corner. Mirotic wants another go. He misses again. Oh, another offensive rebound. Big one this time for Brandon Davies, who will work his way inside into traffic. And they're calling for a travel. And as Fernando Sanamaterio goes to ground, in the end, a foul is given rather than a travel. Stuck his arm into Sanamaterio, who one could say made the most of that. Svetislav Pesic saying, what was that? But the official giving the decision against Barca. So 3 fouls on Davies now. Had a fairly limited contribution so far in scoring. 6 points. He has got 7 rebounds. No blocks yet from the league leader in block shots. Undur shovels it on for Lloyd, going for another. He can't stay 100% from beyond the arc. That's his first miss. Mirotic to Adam Hanger. Corey Higgins calls for the screen from Davies and now goes one-on-one against Lloyd. Onto Hanger, guarded by Motum. A lot of contact in there. Hanger goes for the shot. Mirotic takes the rebound and holds off Undur to get the shot down. And Mirotic with a composed finish there. He's the leading scorer in the game again now with 13 points. We are tied again now. Vives to Lloyd. Lloyd to Undur. Doesn't want to take on the 3. Does step inside, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Mirotic. And the foul is called on Brock Motum, who just left his body in there a little too long as Mirotic gathered the rebound. That's the first foul on Brock Motum in this game. Mirotic is starting to impose himself. He's not had the greatest of nights shooting, Nikola Mirotic, so far. Even though he has got 13 points, he's only made 3 of 10 field goals, 1 of 5 from long range. Higgins fouled now by Lloyd, and that will be the 5th foul in the quarter on Valencia. So free throws will be the outcome. Lloyd trying to escape the screen set by Ante Tomic, who's returned to action, as has Bojan Dubljevic. Now Lloyd goes to the bench because that was his 3rd foul. And Vanja Marinkovic back in. Corey Higgins has had a lot of trips to the foul line so far today, more than any other player. That was his 7th attempt. Made 5 of them so far. And he goes up to 6 of 8. Kino Colom coming in for Vives, so a fresh backcourt consisting of Colom and Marinkovic for Valencia. A new battle in the paint as well, with Davies and Undur respectively replaced by Tomic and Dubljevic, as Colom somehow gets the pass to go through to Marinkovic. Sanamaterio kicks it out to Dubljevic, extra pass on to Colom, and there's a foul on Adam Hanger, just his first, the 4th on Barcelona in the quarter. So any more and that will be free throws for Valencia. Bojan Dubljevic holding on to it. 5 seconds on the shot clock now as Colom finds Dubljevic inside, and there is a foul on Tomic, who tries to explain to the referee why it wasn't a foul, but the whistle was blown. Lovely behind the back pass by Colom, finding Dubljevic, who actually had Kyle Kuric commit the foul. So here goes Big Bojan. Valencia's extremely good free throw shooting continues. They've only missed one all night, 14 of 15. Dubljevic getting his to go down. Oh, here goes Adam Hanger going all the way. We see that so regularly from him. He's so explosive. If you give him half a metre, he will take it and go all the way to the rim. Edging Barcelona back in front. San Emeterio might have something to say about that as he spins. Oh, had to improvise a shot with a hook in the end, and it doesn't go. Hanger has it taken away by Dubljevic, and then he fouls him, trying to get it back. Hustling as hard as ever, Adam Hanger, but committing the foul. San Emeterio going to the bench as Aaron Dornekamp comes into the game. Higgins back in for Hanger, who picked up a quick couple of fouls there. And Dubljevic returns to the foul line. He'll have a chance to go up to double figures now. This game continuing to simmer along. Never been more than 6 points between the teams all night. And even that was only very brief. It's been within a one-possession game pretty much all the way through. And Dubljevic succeeds again with his 2 free throws. Leandro Bolmaro. I wonder if we'll see the young point guard again for Barcelona. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Corey Higgins. Nikola Mirotic. Abrines on the perimeter, where he's had success twice today already. Mirotic gets away from Motum and steps back to float it in. Beautiful finish. A backspin finger roll from Nikola Mirotic. Just stepping up his influence as Colom does well to penetrate and find Motum. Level again. Higgins, fouled by Colom, who gives the referee one of those "what are you talking about" looks without saying it, and Jaume Ponsarnau replicates. Colom feeling there wasn't too much contact there, but it's Higgins again going back to the free throw line. Well, this will be his 10th attempt from the foul line. As you see, Pierre Oriola will come in for the final minute of the third quarter to replace either Mirotic or Tomic, most probably Mirotic. It is indeed Mirotic who heads out. We'll see a lot more of him in the fourth, you can be sure of that. Mirotic closing in on his season average. He's up to 15 points now. His average for the campaign is 20. Colom gets the screen from Dubljevic. Open is Dornekamp. Misses the shot. Dubljevic with the rebound and the finish. So good again from Bojan Dubljevic. What a good game he's having. 4 offensive boards from him now. 12.7 rebounds for Valencia's iconic player, really, Bojan Dubljevic. Oriola with the pass on to Tomic, who's got Dubljevic to try and get past, and he can't. Good defense that time from Mr. Do-It-All, Bojan Dubljevic, and Valencia will have the last possession here. The shot clock is off, 10 seconds. Colom will try and take it down low as Dubljevic sets in the screen. Colom makes the 3 to beat the buzzer and give Valencia the 3-point lead at the end of the third. next one is poised to go down the wire, you would expect. It's been that way throughout. Neither team taking control, neither team being allowed to feel comfortable. Valencia leading by 3 as the action resumes. Here's Colom. Sends it out to Moten, who steps inside and on his left hand takes on the shot but can't make it. Abrines rebounds. Barcelona looking to play at a greater tempo here maybe as Higgins goes, misses, but he was met by a challenge in mid-air and the foul is called on Brock Moten. And that means once again Corey Higgins to the foul line. 8 of his 15 points so far have been free throws. That can increase here. Just to confirm that another Spanish team already lost tonight. Real Madrid going down at Bayern Munich. 95-86. The final score in that one. So this is the last game of round 5 in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague regular season. As we have confirmation on the screen there, 95-86. Real Madrid dropped to 2-3. When was the last time they had a negative record this far into the season? I couldn't tell you the answer to that one off the top of my head. Marinkovic finding Dornkamp too long on the shot. It remains a 1-point game. Only 12 three-pointers between the two teams in this game. Here is Tomic. He's not going to shoot a 3, but he is going to slide to the basket with a dance floor move. Beautifully done from Tomic. Applause around the Palau Blaugrana. That was his first field goal of the game, sending Barca back in front. Colom has found Dornkamp wide open, and he's too good to keep missing these, as he has done all night. Not been his game so far. He's going to kick the pass out this time. Marinkovic does make the 3, so they get the reward for the offensive rebound. Dornkamp missed it, but followed up by getting the board. He's over 4 now with shooting, but he did find Marinkovic for his first triple. Kuric gives it back to Higgins. Kuric is going to take on the strike. No good. It just goes beyond Tomic, and Dubljevic hauls it in. Kino Colom. Guarded by Higgins. Dubljevic wants to join the 3-point party, and it takes a couple of bounces off the rim. No good. And then there's a foul on Brock Moten on the rebound. His 3rd. There was the contact by Moten over the back of Pierre Oriola. Oriola now sitting as Hanger returns, so going with a relatively small lineup, about as small as they can with 4 guards injured, with Hanger, Kuric and Abrines. Now here's Mirotic. Is it time for him to explode? Maybe Hanger will do so for Barca. Beautifully finished by Adam Hanger. And we're back to yet another tie. If you don't know the score in this game, if we ever lose the graphics, then just assume it's a tie, because it has been nearly the whole game. Here's Colom. Pass to Undur. Undur fighting away to get the shot to go. He can't convert the shot, but he does get the offensive rebound, and then there's a foot on the line from Marinkovic. So Valencia unable to take the chance to go back ahead. Well, we didn't see it there. The noise building up at Palau Blaugrana. A very intense, competitive game. between two teams who know each other exceptionally well. There's Mirotic, Hanger. Oh, nearly stolen by Dornekamp, but they keep it, and Hanger's going to take on the three. Oh, Adam Hanger! He's doing everything for Barcelona. Assisting, rebounding, scoring. Up to 13 points now, and now the Palau Blaugrana crowd play defense with their team, and look who's got the ball. Adam Hanger. Here's a Brunes being trapped, but being fouled. Barcelona getting the bit between their teeth at the moment about some of the calls that have gone against his head. His team shaking his head. The action resumes. Tomic loses it. Here goes Undur. Kuric gets back. Look at the hustle from Karl Kuric. Takes out a photographer. That's our man, Rudy. Leave him alone. He's the main man. He's the main Euroleague photographer. Evasive action taken as Karl Kuric flies into him. You don't want to injure Rudy. You'd be a very unpopular man in the Euroleague offices if you do that, Karl Kuric. But great effort on defense to stop Undur from scoring. There's Lloyd now returning to the action. Can he find another burst of scoring? That's a bit of football played by Ante Tomic. Look at the bench points differential. Valencia have had a lot more help from their bench players than Barcelona. As Colom can't even get that in bounds cleanly. Here is Hanger, who has just upped the intensity for his team in the final quarter. Hanger going off the screen from Tomic. Now the pass. Karl Kuric, three! Barcelona are moving away now, up to a 6-point lead. It's the highest lead in the game. And Adam Hanger is a massive part of the reason why. An assist that time. Valencia being really tested here. What kind of resolve have they got? Here's San Emeterio shooting over Mirotic. Way off. Higgins rebounds. Bojan Dubljevic has been called to get ready to return to the action. This is a time of the game you need your best players. Dubljevic undoubtedly that for Valencia. Mirotic kicks it out. Hanger, not again. No, not this time. Well short. San Emeterio with the pass. Lloyd, they want to travel, but it's picked up on the putback by Laverie, who flies in to slam it home after the missed shot by Lloyd. Home fans still complaining there should have been a travel there. Valencia not going quietly. Here's Adam Hanger. What a good game this has been. Mirotic in the corner. No good, and flying in for the rebound is Lloyd. Colom gets it back. Injection of pace from him. Back to the outside. Now Colom will shoot. Oh, no. Thought about it a couple of times for him. Mirotic in transition. What a move. What a basket. Nikola Mirotic. Cometh the hour. Cometh the man. What a move from Nikola Mirotic. I think Svetislav Pesic wanted a foul there as well. There is a foul against Barcelona. It's only their first in this final quarter. It was on Adam Hanger. Look at this spin from Mirotic and finish. Seemed to be a bit of contact there after the earlier putback by Laverie, which we didn't quite get to see finished. So it's coming down to crunch time. Final 4 minutes. Barcelona leading by 6. We're getting all the main men back out there now. That's not to say Ante Tomic isn't, but Brandon Davies is probably the key starter at the centre now for Barcelona. He's back out there. Dubljevic is back out there. Jordan Lloyd is taking on the three. Can't make it. Corey Higgins for Barcelona rebounds. Higgins, Kuric, Hanger, Davies, and of course Nikola Mirotic on the floor. Davies floats it up, can't take it. Dubljevic gets his hands on it, gives it to Laberie, onto Sanamaterio, who's going to try and go all the way and do so successfully. A good, determined, physical basket from Fernando Sanamaterio, who comes away holding his thigh now. Stay the only unbeaten team in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague after CSKA Moscow lost earlier today. Valencia looking for their first win. They're the only team in the competition without one so far. They want to end that record, and they want to end it desperately in the next few minutes. Kuric to Hanger. Kuric was making the run under the basket. They thought about the alley-oop for a moment. Kuric loses it. Dubljevic is fouled by Kyle Kuric. That's going to be his third. I think Jordan Lloyd's asking for it to be an unsportsmanlike. Kyle Kuric doing his best to make it look as though it was entirely accidental. Another rueful shake of the head from Coach Ponsarnau. But his team are very much still in this one. Guillem Vives, Jordan Lloyd, Louis Laberie, Fernando Sanamaterio and Bojan Dubljevic in the game for the visiting team. Here's Lloyd, 3 triples in the first half, none yet in the second. Finds Sanamaterio. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Dubljevic in the low post, trying to escape the attention to Brandon Davies, can't do so. Good D by Davies. Barcelona take more seconds off the clock, and that is starting to become a big factor now. 2 minutes to play. 4 points the margin. Mirotic gives it into Davies, who spins, can't finish though. Dubljevic just did enough to put him off. Next basket's going to be crucial here. If Barcelona score it, it could be effectively game over at a 6 or 7 point margin. If Valencia get it, we're back to a 1-possession game. And here is Jordan Lloyd for the 3. A 1-point game. There is his first triple of this second half. Jordan Lloyd. Wow, what a game. Turkish Airlines Euroleague at its best. 2 rivals going toe-to-toe as Kuric drives in, met by Laberie, who got the block. Valencia have the chance to take the lead now with this possession. 80 seconds to play. Lloyd. A foul is called. Off the ball, it's Corey Higgins. Barca only on 3 fouls. He was trying to get round the screen. He did grab hold of Dubljevic. It's not a shooting foul, of course. Both teams on 3 fouls, so they have 1 more to give. Comes down to small moments now as Guillem Vives goes under the basket. Dubljevic gives it back to him. Still Vives. Lloyd. Dubljevic. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Misses. Barca stay ahead into the final minute. Not many possessions left now. Could become a game of free throws, but remember, both teams have a foul to give still. A score here for Barca would be massive. Kuric to Davies. Davies! No, but he's fouled by Laberie, who is frustrated with himself for allowing Davies to spin away from him. And Davies in the process of shooting here, so he does get the chance to add free throws. And Davies is going to be cold. He's not attempted a free throw yet today. Laberie up to 4 fouls, the only player in the game who has reached that mark. Brandon Davies gets the first. Look at the tension on the faces around the Palau Blaugrana, mirrored everywhere you look. Both benches, among the fans, and of course the players Brendan Davies trying to shake off that tension and make it a three-point game. He does. Great focus from Brandon Davies. Now Valencia with Lloyd. Barca have a foul to give, remember. Here's Lloyd. Caught in a sandwich there, and he's lost the ball. And it's getting away from Valencia now. The foul is called on Lloyd. The decision being explained to Ponsarnau. The fourth foul on Lloyd there, who can't complain it because he would be out of the game. So, 30 seconds left. If Barcelona score here, they've practically won the game. They'll try and take it down. The shot clock, that is. There's 10 seconds left on it. They want to use all of it. Valencia can't foul here. They have to hope Barca miss. And Corey Higgins does not miss. That is surely it. Corey Higgins with the three. He's mainly done it from the foul. So Valencia coming out of the timeout. They've got to come up with something special here. They've got to score, and they've got to score quickly. Barca will look for a foul. They've got one to give. Dubljevic to Lavery. Doesn't make the three. Who's going to get the rebound? Karl Kuric does. He's going to race to score. And this game is over. Karl Kuric finishes it. Lloyd makes it a little closer, but that basket in transition from Kuric sealed the outcome, and Barcelona win it by 6. It's 5 wins out of 5 for FC Barcelona.